Innovation in the contracting world can make a big difference. We've got some experts here to talk about it. Stay young, everybody. Young Innovations Contracting coming up. Welcome everyone to Your Little Castle Show. Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. Let my titles catch up with us here, but been doing this for a long time. We get to meet people from all over the region, the country. In from Union, Missouri here today. Welcome, Brad Young.
Hey, Carter. Thanks for having me, sir.
All right. Well, we did some research looking for somebody with the kind of a specific. I guess I'm looking at somebody who can do it all, master of many traits, and specific areas within the. Because I was looking at some of your work. You do decks, you do
kitchens, baths. Build you a house from the ground up.
Yeah, you're building a spec home right now.
Need a doorknob changed out. Little jobs, big jobs, does not matter.
And you're making
service all of it.
You got it. Making your dreams affordable. Young Innovations Contracting. YoungInnovationsContracting.com. Website's up and coming. 573-424-2613. Yep. If you're looking for somebody to be innovative to get the job done, you're at the right place. But you might have a house that Brad might have put together for you here that has some beautiful furniture in it. Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle, and we're here to help you to meet the experts that are doing that. So with that, we're going to put up on the wall for everybody, right? You do have a Facebook page. It's got quite a bit of following and some action there. And then you also have some great work that we're going to show up on the wall here for everybody as well. So welcome to the show, Brad, and I appreciate you taking a little time here to drive up. How long a drive is that from Union?
It's only about 35 minutes or so.
35 minutes or so?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad, because we're right here, right by the Family Arena in St. Louis, Westport Plaza area in St. Louis, Missouri. We're technically in St. Charles, but we're like 5 minutes from what closest?
You can throw a rock to the river.
Yeah, I could literally hit the Missouri River right there. And Family Arena, not too far away here either. Yeah. But we want to talk to you a little bit about what's it like to be somebody who's been in the industry now. You've been doing this for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And from all sides, you've kind of been innovative, part of your name, to make this work.
Yeah.
So give me a little bit of the breakdown here.
Grew up in a construction household. Father owned his own painting company and drywall for many years when I was younger. So at an early age, I was with him. He used to always get mad at me for running off and helping the other trades half the time. But you know what? Jumped into the Painters and Tapers Union for a while, and Carpenters Union for a while, and kind of got tired of trying to do it everybody else's way and lacking quality like I like to put into my products. And so I started my own company, and here we are now. I'm trying to make sure that we have pride in our work and make it actually affordable so you can actually have nice things.
Speaking my language, that's almost exactly what we ran into. And the marketing world I was in, and just so many times they weren't doing what was best for our clients, and the results weren't there. And I said, I could do this myself. I can do it for less cost. We innovate. We built our own studio. You didn't realize the studio was at this kind of a location, but people, I must be lost. I'm at the. It looks like it's a nice house we got here, but we appreciate. We built a nice studio subsequent to that, in a nice place. But innovators like you, tell me why you talked about it. You decided it kind of was bred into you. You were like 6 years old, and you'd started
working
in this.
I was helping Dad paint houses at 6 and 8 years old. You know, he didn't like to crawl and putty the baseboard, so that was my job. Crawl and putty all the baseboards and paint all the trim on the lower side. And then when I got to about 8 or 10 or so, I'd actually be spraying houses with them to help them paint them out. And we just kind of grew everything from there.
Well, somebody who's been in the industry for that long, obviously you've got some commitment there, and this has become a bit of a passion here. Did Dad give you a choice? Just kind of you grew to it naturally?
Well, Dad's choice at about 13 was you either get a job somewhere else or you're going to work with me. So I got a job somewhere else.
but and it was still in the industry?
Actually, for a brief period of time, it was in mechanics.
Mechanics, okay.
That worked for about a couple years, and then I went back to the industry.
And you said, all right, not where you want to be the rest of your life. And it kind of led you back to where you're at now. Yeah. But with 30 plus years of experience, you've kind of seen it all. And I'm looking at some of the pictures. We're going to share this with everybody here in just a minute. But solar panels I see up there,
Yep.
flooring, decks, awesome looking kitchens, siding. I mean, literally. I'll go to the wide shot here.
Actually, the couple of the shots there of the bedrooms and the living room set there, that is actually the Airbnbs that are down at the Morgan Street Brewery downtown on the landing next to the arch down there.
You did those too.
I helped put all that together.
Make that all happen. Airbnb, man, that's a lucrative place to be. My girlfriend's, that's what she does full time now. She's got an Airbnb on Main Street here in St. Charles. And if you run them right, you got a good location.
Well, that one third floor unit's got a 16 by 24 deck that overlooks the arch grounds.
Wow. And
It is a beautiful spot.
okay, and so if you've got the experience and somebody that can make that all happen, that's pretty impressive. Very cool. What is it that your passion that allowed you to do this for 30 plus years?
I like creating. I like it when a client comes to me and has a problem that no other contractor can put a solution to. Whether it be some kind of a decorative water feature that you can't figure out quite how to get it in your yard, or that weird kind of goofy off the wall project that you can't quite figure out how to make a space work or get something added into what you want for your desire. I've had a lot of people that have talked to other contractors and turned them down because they couldn't figure out how to get something done, to where I've come in and actually brought in a few engineer friends of mine or whatever, to where we actually could pull it together and actually make it happen.
Wow, so that creative, you've got that creative side too. There's construction and order and make sure things are completed and on task, but that creativity allows you, that combination of the two, gives you some solutions that other people couldn't come. Tell me about that a little bit. How is it that some people, they literally couldn't figure it out and you said, I got the answer for you?
Well, mom's side of the family is all engineers.
Gotcha. Okay.
The downside is they all stem from Poland.
Okay.
But just to put the mindset, I don't know how one can come up with it or not, but just to put the thought in behind it to make something work or design something, really is what makes this really enjoyable. It takes it above and beyond just a normal construction project.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you've getting creative as you have been to make this happen, we're going to show these solutions again. We've got up here great work on your Facebook pages. You had to be creative. You had to be innovative. These things are not something that are just easily thrown together, but you think it's that combination of that engineering background and the creativity. When you put those two together, you get the results we're going to see here.
That's exactly correct.
Tell me a time when you feel like somebody really was like kind of blown away. I mean, you're talking about people couldn't come up with solutions and you end up coming up with it. That's kind of a unique story.
On a daily basis, honestly.
Really?
For a very good instance, the Morgan Street Brewery project down there was a lot of, redesign and reworking how to get a 16 by 24 deck up on the roof of the existing building and actually support the load, for all your people and partiers and everybody else out there on that deck. I had a big hand in the creation of that and the designing behind that. To, retaining wall features, to open up, the sides of a basement to actually add a room or an extension, how to support that and get that to carry the load and everything else.
Now, it makes me wonder, the mind that you have then, is it a matter of you've got the creative component to make it happen, but you've got to back these things up with engineering structures so they don't just fall apart too.
Correct.
And is that the where that you've kind of got that creative solution to make it work for people?
I have the mind that doesn't sleep.
I'm familiar with that too. As I ask my girlfriend, she'll talk about those of us who just rolling around all night. But that you think it's your mind has a special, and like my mom would say, Carter, you're not good at very much, but you are really have a mind for the abstract. Is that kind of where you feel like you can piece things together mentally, and then
the creativity and your mindset, and kind of the mechanics and physiologically aspects of how things work, how things move, how things are supported. And once you try to tie it all together, then you get a Picasso.
There you go. You got a Picasso, everybody. That makes sense because literally there's a lot of structure that goes into these, and then to have the support necessary. Is that another creative task that people for what they don't see underneath or behind?
There's a lot
because I've seen these walls that have fallen over. They might have got creative, but they didn't have the structural support.
Right. You got to make sure the support's there to pick up for the structure, or object, or desired look that you want to hold.
Makes sense because, again, back to if you don't have the structure behind it. I have a personal experience where there was a retaining wall, and after it fell apart, you can see they had no structure behind it. The retaining wall on its own looked great from the outside, but the support behind it was not even there, so you can see why it fell apart. These are problems.
They lacked geogrid and drain tile. Guarantee that's the two reasons it fell apart.
Geogrid
Yeah.
and drain tile.
A drain tile at the bottom to relieve hydraulic pressure.
Okay, so these are things that, this is why you get experts, everybody, and Brad here can explain that well to us because he threw off a couple terms there real quickly that I'm not familiar. I guess I've heard them maybe before, but those are literally, but that's what will make it have the support behind the scenes so that this does come together. True?
It's true.
All right. Nice things being said out there too about Brad and his company, but you can see if you do a Google search, they come up with the BBB. I'll put that up there on the wall for everybody, and you can see here's some reviews. The customers have had nice things to say, and it's got to be created a concrete pad, new steps, a reasonable bid, and did the work in a timely fashion. Concrete pad looks great. We like the Timber Tech steps. That's kind of cool. How often do people feel that way about your work? Sounds like so far a lot.
Usually all the time. We try to exceed everybody's expectations. I mean, it's always nice when you get done with a project you want done and actually like it more than you initially thought you would.
Yeah, it looks great, and as reflected also by the BBB, the ratings here also. So you see down on the page, I'll put this up there on the wall for everybody. That's the A+ right there, everybody. You want to make sure you get an A+ on the BBB because a lot of people put a lot of credit into that. And if you've got those kinds of ratings by an authority supported there, another review here available. You can see there. Brad, you've been doing this for a while. How does it make you feel to have earned that BBB A+?
Really well. I mean, it just shows you can actually see the respect that you try to give your customers are coming back to you when you got the reviews like that. That really makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely, and that's what we're looking for. Highlight the small business owners. So often, small business owners out there, the big guys just throw money at it. And lots of advertising, lots of media, and the related stuff. So we're just trying to highlight those small business owners. And if you know anybody, have them get a hold of us here, your little castle show. But Young Innovations Contracting LLC, it shows up there on the BBB. 16 years now in business, and with 30 years plus of experience. And you've got a great crew. How long have you and your crew been working together now?
Actually, the guy that originally helped me start my company off 16 years ago is still with me today.
Wow.
And he's about ready to retire.
Okay. Can you say his name?
Gary.
Gary.
Yeah.
So Gary's been with you this whole time, 16 years. Started off with you when you launched it.
Yep.
Getting ready. So if you're looking for a job, you're maybe looking for a little help, get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Hiring, looking for people that are willing to put in the work and show the time and energy and effort to do that. Well, we got a lot of good fun. We're going to come back and share with everybody. I'll put the widescreen. You can see just kind of a sample of some of the work that Brad's got here, and with that experience and some of the innovations and resources. But like I said, you kind of go across the game. I see flooring, kitchens, decks, you name it. An expert here in the building, everybody, that can help to facilitate just about anything. Is there anything you say I just don't do?
If it doesn't matter what it is, I am the contractor to call if you just need help to figure something out. Even if it's something you want to do on your own and you just need that step in the right direction, give me a call. I'd rather help somebody get off on the right foot than them call me to come fix what they've messed up.
That's true, because how often people, they just get stuck and this is not what they do. They've got a creative idea, but they don't even know where to start. You'll help just coach them through that.
Give me the call. I'll give you 10 minutes of my time and we'll get you off on that right start.
Coach Brad Young here. We talked about, there's a couple Brad Youngs. I believe there was a Brad Young that played for Mizzou. I'm not sure what to look that one up, but you're the Brad Young who's known for innovative construction, contracting, and doing a great job here for 16 years with your
The one and only.
The one and only right here in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri, Union, Missouri, everybody, which is just a stone's throw from where I grew up. I grew up in Fenton, Missouri.
Yep.
So right up there, 270 and 44, 44, some people say.
44.
But you go Highway 44 on our way down to Stanton. We go there. We had a cabin in that area. Sullivan played some baseball down there too. And right there, Union is right along the way. Not too far from Six Flags.
Yep. We're not even a quarter mile off the highway. You passed right by the house on the way to Stanton.
There we go. You get to see these guys going up and down Highway 44. All right, everybody. We got a little bit of fun we had out in the community. We're going to share with you a little bit of that check out this out, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's John Fogarty. You're kind of a musician on the side, right?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a little bit later today, but not until after the golf.
Right. Summit, great organization. We love you guys. Great interview we had.
Yeah, we had a great time on the podcast.
That was fun, man. That aired on ABC about 6 months ago.
Yeah, probably 6 months ago. It's right fall, I think. So yeah, maybe a little more.
Well, you guys do good work. Tell me why you love this event here. You're supporting Will.
Yeah, so Will Be Inspired golf tournament. Veterans, first responders, 100% everything goes right back into it. So always support the best and try to take care of ours and take care of us. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. There we go. All right, everybody. We'll be back for more. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there it is. You see a lot of the fun we get to partake in the community and how we love to support the local small business owners. Like Brad, you're doing a great job. Tell me though, give me a cost analysis. Clear my throat there real quick. But a lot of people, they always want the best value, right? And a lot of times it means the people get too focused on the price. But tell me give me a little cost analysis. What you're going to do to help somebody. I guess when you're building a new kitchen, a new bathroom, you're going to take the value of their house is going to go up more than what they're spending on it.
Right. If you take the time to think about your project to how it will benefit your house and the value of your house on the back end is one thing to take into consideration. What your expectations are to what your actual budget you're working with is another thing to take into consideration. You could want, a small palace.
Right.
But if you only got about, $5,000 to work with, you're not going to get too much.
Right.
So them are some thoughts to consider and everything else. And that's, with a phone call to me, I'll come and talk with you to help you decide and, make them decisions where you can get the best value for your dollar.
Well, that's what I think is important. It's also you've invited people. You said earlier, if they just want to ping your get a little perspective from you, help coach them along the way. A lot of times when you help people, it turns into business. That's not why you do it intentionally. But hey, man, if you're going to just be out there contributing, help people make that decision, figure out.
It's like I said, I'd rather help anybody get off on the right foot than to have to call someone back to redo or cost 3 times as much to fix what they tried to start themselves.
Yeah, I can only imagine how often it is, and I'm guilty of it myself. But start a project, you think you know what you're doing, then you get into it, and you're like, oh boy, I'm in.
This was a mistake.
And I've spent a bunch of time, bunch of money, and they're going to tear it all out and start over.
Right.
Write that one down, everybody. Don't do that. Call Brad. He'll make sure and get you on the right path from the onset. So tell me, why should somebody choose you? What is some of the innovative creativity that you have that separates you?
Well, just my quality. I above and beyond is my quality and my care for my customer satisfaction is second to none.
Yeah, we'll demonstrate that here again. We're going to show you some of the pictures up there, but yeah, quality is at utmost, right? And you can still get a good quality price project for something that doesn't break the bank too. And we talked about making your dreams affordable. Why is it you think you can better suit that for somebody to help make that come true?
Well, just within the conversation to actually take the time to what are you wanting as far as your end result in your project, and what are some changes or adaptations that we can do to actually keep it within the budget and still get everything you desire out of the end result. Yeah,
ultimately it comes down to having that creativity, but also keeping it in mind, understanding where to get the products from, what kind of sources you have. You've got relationships now, I guess, for many decades. You know who to go to get the right materials to make the project come together.
You drop $500,000 at Lowe's and they work with you.
Lowe's will pay attention to you if you spend $500,000, especially if somebody your experience. And I guess what are the range for projects for you? Are they range from small jobs that are $500, $2,000, $10,000?
We have small jobs that are a couple $100. The kid, swung the door open and knocked a hole in the wall with the doorknob. We'll go and do that little patch job for a couple $100 versus, we're got a whole brand new house getting built out in the middle of Union right now that'll be up for sale here.
Yeah, and what's that house go for? That's probably a $400,000 house?
Yeah, it's going to be just under $400,000.
Pretty good guess, yeah. The market these days with houses, it's hard to get a house for anything for much less than that. Any particular certifications or accolades? I know you're working with permits and make sure everybody gets things properly assessed with the county, the city, to make sure things are in order. What do you bring to the table?
We work with the whole greater St. Louis area, everything from St. Louis all the way out to like Herman. As far north as like Troy, to south is like Potosi.
Oh wow! So yeah, you're going beyond the metro area. You're going. My dad went down to Cape, and you go as far as Cape, not quite there, but Potosi's on the way there, right?
Actually, we got a project. We got to run down to Cape here in end of next week.
Okay.
To do a quick little Cape service project. So.
Okay. And that range, and then over to you go to Illinois a little bit, and just this whole metro area.
We have in the past, not a whole lot right at this minute. But
okay, we focus on the Missouri side. And
yeah,
like you say, Troy, that's 15, 20 minutes from here, and you're covering the gamut when it comes across what areas that you service, and who you will help. What do you think some of the benefits are, though, that a small business owner like yourself brings to the table versus? And again, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot. I'm not naming any big guys by name. We're just saying that the big guys tend to just throw money at it.
Well,
being a small business owner,
with the smaller business owners, you more of a personal relationship to the owner himself. You'll find a lot of the smaller business owners care more than you get in some of the bigger corporate entities where they're not even involved in the projects at all. Once you get up the chain, you're just a number on a spreadsheet to them.
Yeah, something that doesn't really matter until there's a problem, right?
Correct.
And once you've got a problem, then you say, oh, talk to the first level, and then the second level, third level, and then by the time it gets up to the president, he's like, what are you talking about? We got another $1 million.
It's my phone number that's on the screen. You will get me, not some corporate head honcho.
You're going to talk to Brad Young directly, who will make sure to take care of whatever issues you may have there, and why people should trust a business owner like himself. He's been doing this now for over 30 years, your own business now. Since, what was it, 2008, you said?
Yeah, 2008, 2009, kind of when that recession hit. Me and Gary are sitting in the truck, $50 to our name. We were doing side jobs to kind of make ends meet, and said, "You want to register it and go, full swing?" And he looked at me and says, "I'm with you if you want to do it." So here we are today.
Wow, that's good. Nice to have a partnership. How important has it been for you to have a good relationship with somebody, be a right-hand man like Gary?
To have good guys and good people around you to actually, work it well together is very important. It's very important. Everybody gets in a sync. Everything goes smoother.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I've many times partnerships that I've had and the people that I worked well with. It's nice to know there's somebody you can count on to come through and get things done, and somebody that will pull through to make sure, because it's hard to run a whole business 100% yourself, right?
Correct.
But good partnerships are important to find and work on and develop. Tell me then, as we finish up this first half hour, there's a lot that goes into this, a lot of planning, depending on what it is, whether it's a deck, roofing, siding. You're doing a kitchen, bath. Which of those is more complicated to? But what's the biggest mistake people make when they're making a decision to get this kind of work done?
The biggest mistake people make is not doing the research to find the right company to help them through. So often nowadays you'll hear these fly-by-night guys come in, take a deposit check, and run out the door, and they're never heard from or seen again. Taking the cheapest little low guy bid, and he comes and does half a job or makes a mess and then leaves them with a bigger mess to clean up. At that point, you might as well have done it yourself.
Yeah, often if somebody starts a job, doesn't finish it, or they take the down payment and then can no longer be found, those are not good strategies as business owners, because the word will spread.
Yeah.
But it's where you trust somebody like yourself who's been around 30 years in the industry and 16 years with your own company.
So my biggest statement, for advice, if not me, just do your homework.
Do your homework. Make sure to research everybody. Make sure they're registered on the BBB. Check out their website and do your own due diligence to figure out where that is that they have come from. Bath. What do you have anything you prefer to do? Baths make value go up. There's a lot that goes. Kitchens, are they a little more expensive?
The biggest thing I prefer to do is help people to make sure it's done right. Whether it be baths, kitchens, decks, retaining walls, a new house.
That's important. Yeah,
that's important.
There's a lot that goes into any of these, and if you've done anything not up to par, you're going to be replacing that, tearing it out, and you can get the value out of it. The point of these renovations is to bring up the value in a house. That's where
Correct.
You can have a house go up in value $20,000, $30,000 if you do these kinds of upgrades.
I want to take calls for more work, not to fix what I've done in the past.
That's what we're here for, and make sure that things get done the right way. So you're a big advocate. Do it right the first time. Move on to the next and make sure that everybody's happy in between.
Yep.
All right, everybody, lots of innovation and creativity here. I'm going to put up on the wall here, we're going to give you just a quick glimpse of some of the work as we'll just scroll through some of these. But take a look and tell us what you think. And we'll be back here in just a minute to go in more depth of the work that you can see that's been done here by our expert, Brad Young. Some beautiful work here, man. Some decks, Airbnbs, and lots of other innovations that are making a little impact here on our little planet right here in the Midwest. Stay tuned, everyone. Giddy up.